Hi everyone, I'm Liao Yingjie. In this presentation, I will be analyzing my interview with manager Miss Cynthia to explore her leadership behavior and decisions making style and how they connected to the theory we learned in week 4 and week 5. Before we start, here's a short introduction for Cynthia.
Okay. Hi, I am Cynthia. I am working in a manufacturing company based in Singapore. And I basically oversee finance and HR.
Cynthia is a finance and HR manager at Premier High-Teen in Singapore over 20 years, and her work involves handling people issues, conflicts, and organizational decisions. So she gave a very real view of leadership and decisions making in practice. When I asked about her leadership style, Cynthia described herself as adaptable and resilient, especially when dealing with different people and changing situations.
Be adaptable. So that's my style. So we have to be, as a leader, you have to be adaptable to changes, and you have to also constantly demonstrate resilience.
This aligns with Forst's behavioral leadership theory, particularly leader with high concern for people because she adjusts her behavior based on what her team needs. It also reflects transformational leadership, since she focuses on guiding people through changes rather than enforcing fixed routines. Her emphasis on adapting to the situation shows a people-centered leadership approach, which helps maintain stability even when things around the team shift.
Some of the cases where I come across, employee is very disgruntled. He's upset, he's loud, he's complaining about his supervisor or his manager. In such situations, I would usually hop in, take over the situation, and perhaps start to ask him gently.
At the individual levels, with four leaders member exchange suggests that when leader build strong relationships through listening, employees feel more supported and respond more calmly. At a good level, her focus on identifying expectation gaps reduce misunderstandings and improve cooperation. So one leader's behavior leads to better communication, less conflict, and more aligned teamwork. Cynthia also described a very structured decision-making process. Firstly, identifying the problem, collecting information, generating options, evaluating resources, and select sustainable solutions. And lastly, consider whether people can maintain it in long term.
Going back again, I was telling you, you first identify the problem, and then you get both internal and external data or information. Okay, so after you've gotten all your internal and external information, you come up with two possible solutions. Now, okay, having such a solutions, next you must see what is your resources. Okay, and so based on the resources that you have evaluated what you have, then you make a decision to decide option A or option B. Ask yourself, are the resources always there? Will the people be there to keep on maintaining that solution?
This matches the step in the decision-making process from week 5 and reflects systematic thinking.
When you are faced with like a unique new situation, it becomes challenging. Okay, so in situations like that, I typically like to call for a team of people. So you call for more people to come together because more heads are better than one, right? Actually, there's also a positive side to getting so many people involved, is because you actually get them invested in that issue, and then you get them to participate and understand the difficulties.
For more complex or unfamiliar issues, Cynthia involved other people in discussing solutions. This different non-program decisions from week 5, where unique problems require more creativity. It also matches participations and involvement, which improve decisions quality and encourage commitments. So she applied different decisions approaches depending on whether the situation is structured or uncertain, which is exactly what we find emphasizes. Besides, Cynthia also gave some advice for future leaders. Her advice for future leaders was to stay humble, practice empathy, and keep an open door mindset.
My advice to future leaders or future managers is to always remain humble. Always practice empathy. I think lastly, always have the open door concept.
This links strongly to reform, servants leadership, and emotional intelligence, where leaders focus on understanding others and creating open communications. These traits support a positive working environment and encourage people to be honest and cooperative. The key learning from this interview is that emotional intelligence is the foundation of effective leadership. Cynthia listens before reacting, especially when emotions are high, and manages the emotions calmly. After that, she breaks problems into clearer steps, which makes complex or emotional issues easier to understand and deal with, a combination strongly supported by reform and refined theory. From this interview, I realized that I can start applying these skills now, listening more actively, use the step-by-step approach when making decisions, and leading with empathy and humility. These small habits can help build trust and better relationships in a team, and manage to handle conflicts calmly in the future. Finally, that's all about my presentation. Thank you for watching.